Assalamu alaikum. Good evening. I would like to some word about power system to term paper. Thank you, sir, for giving me the opportunity. My name is Shahaneoaj Alom, Best 65B, Department of Tivoli. My role 4116. Index tables. Number 1. Topics. Mechanical design of overhead lines. Number 2. Mechanical component of overhead lines. Number 3. Conductor materials. Number 4. Commonly used conductor materials. Number 5. My line supports. Wooden poles, steel poles, RCC poles, steel towers. Insulation, type of insulation, pin type of insulation, suspension type of insulation. Advantage: Stirring insulation, circle insulation, protective distribution, potential distribution over suspension material, string efficiency, mechanical expansion of potential distribution in suspension, 3D strain. Methods of improving starting efficiency. Example 1. Corona factor analysis in circuit discrimination voltage. Sag in overhead lines when supported are at unequals. When supported at equals, if it is of wheel and ICC welding. Undergrounded cables. The various parts are classification of cables for undergrounded. Resistance of transmission line. Example 1. Induction induction of conductor due to internal flux. Inductor of a single phase 3 to wire lines. Flags linking flags linkage of one conductor in ground. Inductance of common phase conductor line. Example: conductor of three-phase line with equivalent conductor of the equals in suspension conductor the three-phase line with unstimately spread. Example: power system stability classification. Stanley state rotor dynamic and sagging equations. Other forms of slowing equation are power angle equation. Example 1, example 2 equal are the conductor. Example: bar components, shunt components, series components. Example: expansion in AVR components. Flexible AC transmission system. Transmission line can be classified as static, static synchronous components. High voltage detect current. Monopolar assignment. Mechanical design of overhead steel line. An overhead line is subject to Unvehicle when the conductor and other external efficiency. This calls for the use of proper mechanical flux of the steering in or due to crescent and other of operation in the line. In general, steering line should be as such as in a conductor or previous against would the like possible main components of overhead line. An overhead line may be used to terminate or distribute at electric power. The successful operation of on an overhead line dips to angle an upper line mechanical design in the when conclusion of overhead line it should be that mechanical string of the line is such as to possibility arranged the most probable weather conductor. In general, the main components of an overhead line are conductors, supports, insulator, cross arm. Conductor materials used to form transmission line. Distribution of electric power should be following properties: high electrical conductivity, high tensile strength in or with the mechanical steering, low cost so it can be used of long distance, low satisfy given so that whether part or below in small. All the required are informed in this single maintenance in through while as a are unregulated for a possibility such as a components is moved between two cord and required electrical and mechanical properties. Commonly used conductor materials. The most commonly used conductor materials for the overhead line and are copper, for aluminium, steel, gold, aluminium, steel, and copper. Copper. The cost probability in aluminium. All the cost apart the cost required electricity mechanical properties and the local conductor and our use of overhead lines probably standard in order to increase the flexibility in the statement of the content while be used are in 6, 12, 18, 24 or whales the successful and the cross area line. The total number of included here is 3n and n plus 1 plus 1 in the in the manufacture of standard conductors. The covertly layouts of where the because in currently in operatives the distribution are there that the showing the figure aluminium steel pole. The steel pole are they are used a stability and conductor which poles in other generate fluctuate in line and therefore spare to be used SAS pole and generally use of the distribution permanent in the casual. This type of the supported and three types. Rail poles, thumb poles, and rolling steel pole. RCC pole. RCC pole. RCC pole requires a combination of the poles have become very popular in line supported Wesley and year. Therefore, they have generate mechanical string length, life, and probability resources in the cost RCC pole in single page line of the any other state stars. Type of insulation. There are several types of insulation, but the most widely used are pin type, suspension type, strain insulate type, and slug insulate. Pin type insulator. Pin the part section of pin diagram uh, include figure 1 as the name suspended pole in the pin type inductor is success to the cross line arm. This is the figure 1, figure 1, figure 2. The figure pin type insulator. String efficiency. The ratio of voltage cross a line with the string product and with some number of distribution voltage cross area discipline and conductor is no string efficiency. However, in across principle of completes in excesses between the efficiency is disks and towers or is other. This is known as shunt components and C1 due to shunt components changing current is not the same through all the disks. Therefore, voltage across each other will be different across the disks across to the line conductor will have maximum voltage. The reference figure 3 will be 3 and the voltage efficiency P would be 2 or P1. Eastern efficiency is equal to voltage across the string divided nx voltage across the divided line is equal to n is equal to number of disks the string. So 100% string efficiency and across our voltage across each disks will be explained in the sum. Factors enlightening corona. The following are the focus upon which corona depends. Sag in overline. The difference in level between parts of subners in the lower pin on the conductor is called sag. When supported are equal levels. When supported are equals levels. Effect of wind and ice loading this space. Undergrounded cables this space. Underground cable is the figure and show the names of line. The various poles are cross or conductors, insulator, magnetic stick, blinking, everything, and service. The classification of names and across the line in the type of classification. And there are 5 types of then example lowing instruction 1 high selection super selection extremely high direction, extremely super voltage and cable blended 31 kV. Resistance or transmission line effective. This is the example. Inductor of in the line of the flex thread. This space inductor of a single phase two wiring lines. This flex links in this the group and grounded phase. This is the example. Equal are this. High voltage dielectric current is VDC. The system will the use detector current of the uh, transmission of the power. Such type of system is called an HVDC system. Overhead HVDC transmission. There are three types arrangement with grounded requirement system, monovolable with ground records this pulled and this monopoly records and returned in the monopoly in the high system. um, monopolar arrangement monopolar arrangement in order to uh, element in the assignment exhibit in evolution and population reports down and can be used as shown in the figure. The bipolar circuit arrangement has two poles can be inductor if both requirements are poured in floor. The flex weight in are equal and therefore 3 on is ground current grounded in emergency operation. The regulation current used to private or insured transmission career. This all about me the time being. Thank you sir for being with me.